Now, spotting the next bestseller can be quite difficult. Harry Potter was famously rejected by 12 literary agents before finally being picked.
However, one firm thinks it may have the answer. German publisher Inkitt claims that by using a sophisticated algorithm and the power of the crowd to measure reader engagement, they can identify potential bestsellers. And they seem to be writing a successful business story. In the last 12 months, they've published 19 books that have made the Amazon Top 100. Well, Albazaz is the boss of Inkitt, and he's with us in the studio with one of the books, an example, in fact, of something that went into the top 12 on Amazon, this one?
Right, exactly. It was on ranked number 12 ahead of Harry Potter a couple of months ago.
So that book is called Reaper's Claim. So just tell us what happened. Did the writer approach you and you then measured the success of that with an algorithm?
Exactly. So we have an online platform on Inkitt.com where authors can upload their manuscripts. We have about 50,000 authors writing actively on the platform and over 1 million readers who can read these books completely for free. And while the readers are reading, we analyze their reading behavior. We see like how they read. Do they stay up all night to continue reading? Do they, read today, tomorrow, the day after, and so on? And based on this feedback or like data points that we get, we can predict if a book has the potential to become a bestseller.
So we're talking about bestsellers, i.e., popular reads, not necessarily a good read.
well, like, let's say things that the majority of the population like,
so things that are going to sell,
absolutely,
by the millions.
Absolutely, Harry Potter, 50 Shades of Grey, and so on. That's the caliber we're speaking about.
Right. How did you get into this? Did you come to it from the book writing side or the tech side?
Well, I'm a coder, and it goes back to about 5 years ago, where I also liked writing. And 5 years ago, I started Inkitt originally just as a hobby project. I started this platform where authors could upload their manuscripts, readers read, and give feedback. That was just the original idea. And about a year later, I discovered this statistics that J.K. Rowling was rejected by 13 publishers, and the 14th publisher that actually ended up publishing her only published her because the 8-year-old daughter of the editor liked it. A super random reasoning. And then figured out that Twilight was rejected by 14 publishers, Stephen King rejected by 30 publishers, James Patterson rejected by 31 publishers. And I was like, wow, this is so inefficient. And at the same time, these publishers are kind of crushing these people's dreams. And I found that very unfair, and I wanted to build something better. And that's when I turned it into a startup.
I mean, forgive me, but is it actually better, or is it just a different way of bringing to the attention people, books that are out there? Because some might argue, actually, publishers do a great job of finding what might be a really good read, not necessarily a very popular read, i.e. Amazon Top 10, like 50 Shades of Grey,
right,
but actually a fantastic book to read like Wuthering Heights. Do you see what I mean? So it's actually not necessarily better, it's just a different way of doing things. You're democratizing it a bit more?
We're democratizing it, and the thing is, the majority of top 5 publishers, they only publish authors with track record, people who have already made it before, who have a fan base. They rather would publish the next book from Obama than they would take on a new debut authors. They publish very few debut authors. And we actually believe in debut authors because we can measure the reading behavior and we can actually invest in these debut authors. Like our belief is that every author in the world should have an equal chance to succeed. Be it a 15-year-old girl who has written an amazing story or J.K. Rowling, they should have the same equal chance to succeed. And that's what makes Inkitt different to other publishers.
Okay, Ali, thank you so much for talking us through that, and keep an eye out for some of those titles.
Have you written a book?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
and
it's on Inkitt. Yeah,
it's on Inkitt at the moment. How's it doing?
It's like I have written the beginning. The rest is still in draft mode.
Okay.
But yeah,
sounds like my books. Written the beginning, the rest is still in draft. Ali, thanks very much for talking us through that.
Nice
Ali
to see
Albazaz.
you.
Thank you.